How's it going, guys? Craig here with another video, and today we are watching how to get the black spindle, which in my opinion is the best sniper in the game. Now what you need to do to start with is load up the Lost to Light mission on the moon and make sure you put it on the heroic difficulty. If you don't, then obviously this isn't going to work. Once you're in, you need a fire team with 3 good people, relatively high lights, and people with good weapons. If you've got someone that's already got the spindle, like myself here, even better. So you run through it as normal to start with. As you can see here, we're going through the Chamber of Night. And we are going to the Ogre. Just ignore these Frau. Because as you can see, they are a bit of a pain. But if you leave them like that, they're just eating the ground randomly, then they won't disturb you. Now again, people should have done this mission before in the story anyway, so all we're doing here is killing the Ogre. The spindle works well as arc swords, so just give it a go. We botched this a little bit because whilst we were doing the sword, it turned round. You can tend to do it in about 9 critical hits with the spindle, but yeah. And the other thing is, again, people that have done the story, and everyone should have done, we're not killing the Ogre, we're just getting him down to a certain amount of health before he gets taken.
It's gone.
Once that happens, you need to take a slice of the rock or shard, crystal, whatever it is. Now you can see here that I've just switched to my sword. That is going to be useful in a minute because you're going to have a lot of taken enemies, and that particular sword tends to slice them up quite a lot. If you've got the fire sword as well, again, that will help you. Now you can see here it says mission complete. The mission isn't complete, just stay where you are. We'll lose communications with the tower. And the shield will go down. At this point you need to run. Now don't stop to kill any of the enemies. As you see, I'm fast forwarding through this, but just follow the map through. Don't stop, don't die. At any point if you die on this as a fire team, then you'll need to start again, but you can revive each other, so just don't die as a fire team. Now you can see here, we're in this room. Now there's a sealed door which you need to open with the orb, which is on the right hand side of the room. Which is about there, where I am now, but we already opened the door there. So you run into the next one. This first room is pretty simple. The second one, you need to be prepared. Use the swords. Watch out because you're going to lose life quickly. As we said, as a fire team, you cannot die. So just make sure that you're okay. As you can see here, we have 1 person dead. So the main focus is to get that res. Right, so there's 1 orb in the top left room, or of the room, sorry, on top of that shelf. The second one is in a room on the left hand side of it, going down into a separate little room. Be careful, there's a knight in there and he's quite dangerous. Once you open the second door, you won't need to open another door like that again. You're going to see an orb in front of you in a minute up here, but you're going to need to ignore it. Follow the room round and you're going to again ignore that orb, and you need to go to the far left of the room. As you can see in front of you, in the distance, a door has just opened. That door doesn't open when you do this mission normally. So we're going into a separate area of this particular mission. And this is where the fun starts.
Strange. I'm picking up a fallen distress beacon.
You want to go up on that transporter. Go through this top door. Make sure you have your weapons prepared before you go into the second door, because that is when the timer is going to start. There you go. You can see here, kill the taken. The timer has started. You need to make sure you're taking out those orbs as quickly as you can. As you can see here, we are devastating it with supers. I'm using the doctrine of passing because of the high rate of fire. It slaughters the taken, but you need to do that fairly quickly. Take out all the orbs. It's really important that you stop the flow of the taken, because otherwise they will keep on coming. Once this room is clear, you can be prepared to move on to the next. So you're going to have them spawn left and right in these areas. It does get a bit close quarters, so be careful and don't die. You'll then proceed into the second to last room. You need to take the orbs out and clear the taken. Now you're going to have two witches or wizards, one outside there and one inside on the right hand side. Sometimes a second witch or wizard does spawn inside, but not very often that I have seen. You're also going to have 3 snipers on the balcony above. You can see they're sniping, and there is one on a platform just opposite. You need to take all of these out very quickly. You need to be out of this room with hopefully within 6.5 minutes left, to give you plenty of time. Once it's clear, move on down the tunnel. You're going to have a few enemies in the way. Smash them up as quickly as you can. And run around the corner. You're going to have a few more. And this is the final area. You're going to want to bring a Titan and put weapons of light bubble up. The remaining 2 of you are going to need to use supers. Ideally golden gun or hammers if you are a second Titan. A tether bow does do extra damage, but it doesn't really do enough, because you've got one person doing a bubble, one person doing the tether, which doesn't do damage in itself, so you're not going to do enough. So you need 2 supers, i.e. 2 golden guns, or 1 golden gun, 1 hammers. Do your damage, take out the orbs at the same time, and make sure you try and cut down the amount of taken that are there. It is hard. You need to make sure that you're not dying at the same time. Try and get those critical hits in, especially if you've already got a spindle yourself. Get the headshots, but it is hard because he is firing those blinding shots at you, and it becomes really hard to just get a headshot because he's constantly pounding you with them right there. It's absolutely pain in the backside. Anyway, keep smashing in with your supers and sniper rifles and anything you can to get his health down. Just keep going. Okay, you can see there that he's dead. Now all you're going to need to do is sweep up the remaining enemies. Now I've heard of this being done before. One of my clanmates did this, killed him, but died as a fire team as they were cleaning up. So just be really careful, don't get overconfident, and smash the remaining taken up. As you can see here, that's it. My colleague there got the black spindle. And that is the mission. Now, the time that we did that is my personal record time. Normally we do it with about a minute to spare. But yeah, that's it for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one. I've been Keifski, weapons free.